so let's get started. Today we're going to be doing project number 3 in the Penguin Place class kit, and this is the Darling Penguin Place stamps and punch, and it's available I think through January 4th, 2022. And these are darling little penguins. Now the punches this penguin here, and this penguin we're going to cut out with our scissors. But it's real easy, so don't let it discourage you, because you'll be able to do it with no problem. And so I think what we'll do is we'll build up our card to the point where we need to do some stamping. And we'll do that by grabbing our 8.5 by 5.5 piece of thick basic white. I scored it at 4 1/4. Fold away on the crease and crease that fold. It is a horizontal card. So we have our card base. Then we have some colored cardstock here. We have a piece of 5 1/8 by 4 1/8. 5 1/8 by 4 1/8. It's going to go here. Before I put that on though, because there's a ribbon, I always the ribbon, I usually forget that. We also have a piece of 5 1/4 by 4 old olive that's going to go on the front of that. So let's grab our Stampin' Seal and go ahead and put that on. I thought these two colors kind of look good together. They complement each other. So we have, this is soft sea foam, 5 1/8 by 4 1/8, and this is old olive, 5 1/4 by 4. Just a little bit of space there. Then we have some DSP that is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and it's going to go here. So there's that. And then before we put this on, we do want to put the ribbon on. So let's measure this. The ribbon is, okay, so the top of the ribbon is 3/4 of an inch from the top of the cardstock. So I'm going to get a pencil. And on the back, I'm going to mark 3/4 of an inch so that I'll know the top of my ribbon needs to meet that line. And I'm going to take some Stampin' Seal, and below that line I'm going to put some Stampin' Seal to have something for my ribbon to dig into when I wrap it around. You can see I've put like 3 little strips there. And this ribbon is hard to see because it's clear, but it does have some sparkly, so I'm going to find my curve. That's the outside. It's going to go on the top. This ribbon is white glittered organdy ribbon, and it is going to be carried over, and it's 7 inches. So I'm going to find my mark there and there. Now I have my ribbon. Now I can put it on the front and not be afraid I'm going to mess up. So I'm going to put a little bit on this ribbon too, just to make sure it stays down. And here we go. Ta-da! Now the inside. Some more soft sea foam. A 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to put that here. 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside. This is such a fun set. I've had a lot of fun playing with it. Okay, so let's talk about stamping now. We've got 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 basic white. We're going to be stamping our penguins, the hats, and the scarves on that. We have a piece of 1 1/2 by 5 1/8, 1 1/2 by 5 1/8. We're going to stamp our snowdrift on that. And then this is the inside, which we'll be stamping, "May the love of the season warm your home and fill your heart." Such a nice saying. So we'll set our card aside so we don't get any goo on it. Inside your envelope, you're going to find 2 little circles, and these labels are from the Tasteful Labels dies. This is soft sea foam. It's the larger circle die from the Tasteful Labels dies, and these are from the smallest circle in the Tasteful Labels dies. You get 2 of them. You only need 1. So we will do that. Well, we don't need anything else from here quite yet. So we're going to be stamping on this. Now, this is, in this one I used the DSP. Okay, so here is, you have this, and you'll have one that has little trees on it. I have this because I ran out of this little tree stuff, DSP, so I'm going to just use this for mine. So just so you know. So I'll set these aside over here. So stamp, 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 and stamp. So let's get our Stamparatus out. Here we go. And we'll get a random stamp pad. Now we are going to use quite a few ink pads today because we have quite a few colors we're dealing with. Let me see if I can get this over here out of the glare. We're going to be using Memento Black, Soft Sea Foam, Misty Moonlight, Fresh Freesia, and Crushed Curry. Awesome, huh? Those little penguins are colorful, bright and colorful, so we need lots of colors for them. So let's do our 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Put it in the corner here. We're going to do penguins first, and we're going to do this little penguin here. And the ink does turn your photopolymer gray, brownish gray, but that's okay. No worries. Make sure I'm putting it where it's going to stamp. Now I'm just gonna put a piece of tape here because these sticky stamps they tend to pull your paper up. These magnets are strong, but these photopolymer stamps are stronger, so we're going to, and it's going to take more than one time, so that's why you need your Stamparatus, because you want your penguin to be nice and dark. You don't want any blotches on it because the blotches will take away from the awesomeness. Okay, I think that guy is ready, and I think all I'm going to do is turn this around, and this is Scotch removable tape, by the way, and I'm going to ink up again. The removable tape does not tear your paper or cardstock. That's what I love about it. I guess I could put that there, just give that tape a little extra help. All right, awesome little penguins. So that's all we need for our Memento Tuxedo Black. clean this off with the wipe, and I use the Honest wipes. I got these at Target. Plant-based. No, it's just 99% water. It doesn't have anything else in it other than, I don't know, some plant stuff. So it doesn't have aloe or anything. They sell others that have aloe, but you don't want those. You just want the ones that are just water and plant-based stuff. Okay, now we're going to do the scarf and hat. I'm going to do that in 2 different colors. Where's my hat? Oh, up here. Scarf and hat. There's the hat. And there's the scarf. So pick those up. We'll do one in Misty Moonlight. And we'll be cutting these out too by hand with our scissors. Okay, there's our Misty Moonlight. And we'll clean those off because we're going to also stamp them again. And we're not going to move them, we're just going to clean them off. And you might want to dry it off too. I have a microfiber cloth that I got with some glasses that I bought. Looks like it's picked up a dimensional. And I'm just going to blot that dry. Flip this over again. And tape it down. And we're going to do Fresh Freesia this time. Beautiful, beautiful color. This one I might do a 3rd time just to get nice. It might look a little blotchy right now, but it'll smooth out really nicely as it dries. And clean that off. And what do we have left? I know we need to do the beak. Let me see. Now the beak we use for this one is a little different from the beak that we use for the other penguin that we did in the other. This time we're going to use this beak right here. It's a long beak. And you can see we need to put it so that it's on the little penguin's face when we cut it off. So how we're going to do that is we're going to bring in our 4x6 window sheet, and we're going to find the pointy part. And the point goes that direction, okay? So we'll do that. And I'm just going to tape this down up here so that it stays. We're going to do this in crushed curry. You could use some, what's that color? Bumblebee is very similar if you don't have crushed curry. So that's going to tell us where that's going to stamp. So we can put this guy, you want it below its eyeball, so like right there. That looks good. So I'm going to put this down here, move this, Oops, I moved it. Oh gee, now I gotta line it up again. That's why you put this in the corner. So if it moves and you have to realign it, you know it's going to stamp in the same spot. Okay, I'll try not to move it this time. Let me put 2 of these down. Okay. And then I'll tape that down. All right, so now I'm going to ink up, and don't over ink because it actually has like a little smile in there that you don't want to over ink it and then you lose your little smile. It's better to ink lightly twice than heavy once. Okay, there's my that penguin's beak. Now let's do the other one. So we're going to put that back in the corner so we know exactly where it's going to stamp. This time we're going to slide this little guy over here under. There. Whoops. I did not want to do that. There. Tape that down just for insurance. Here we go with this guy's beak. Lightly again. Okay. So there's our penguins. We just need to cut them out. So we'll set them over there for cutting later. Now we're going to get our piece of 1.5 by 5 1/8, and we're going to, I'm just going to tape that down there. We're going to get our snowbank stamp. We're going to use soft seafoam for this. And how did I do this? So the thicker line is going to be here. So this is up almost to the top, and this is about 1/2 inch from the bottom. Oops, I got to clean off my beak. Put that back. This we're going to do in soft seafoam. Well, first I got to pick it up before I stamp it. All right. This is such a pretty green. It's kind of springy looking, so you could use this in the spring as well. Maybe as a, penguins are glad that the spring has come. And I can see I just need to get that. I think my pad is dry. I have perpetual dry pads. I guess I had trouble with that all the time. I forgot to wipe off my plastic too. All right, so now we have that. So we'll set that aside. We're actually going to cut that out too. So we'll put that in our cut pile. You can see we need Season's Greetings. And so we're going to need our plastic bag in the corner. And we're going to need to grab our Season's Greetings stamp. Now I do give you 2 of these in case you need it. Just tape that down. Season's Greetings. Now I had a piece of scratch paper, but it walked away, so I'm going to have to make another piece of scratch paper. Just any old paper will do. Put a little Stampin' seal on it. Make sure it's not too sticky. Get some of the oil from my fingers on there so it doesn't tear the cardstock when I take it off. Okay, so there are two here. Get the pretty side up. Get your soft seafoam and make your image. It's kind of hard to see. Once you put the white underneath there though, you'll see it. Actually, no, I'm not seeing it. What happened? Okay. Come on, ink it up really good. There we go. It's still hard to see. Oh my goodness. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wipe this off. All right, this is another trick you can do if you're working with light ink. I'm going to use the fresh freesia. Well, I probably should have chosen the dark blue, but that's probably going to help me see. Oh yeah. So I'm going to line that up in the center. Put these down so that it stays. Tape that down. Now I don't want to use fresh freesia for my stamping, so I'm going to clean this off, leave it in place, dry it off. I don't know what, I couldn't see the Season's Greetings from this. Now when I stamp it, I'll see it, but it's really light, so I'm going to have to go over it. I think I'm going to need to get an ink refill for this, guys, because it is really dry. Okay, there's my Season's Greetings, but it's still not dark enough for my liking. All right, so clean that off. And what are we going to put on the inside? Close these up. Did I clean off my, yeah, I need to clean this off too. Okay, and we're going to do the inside. Twist that off so that it doesn't bend. So as you can see on the inside, we need to save room for this, and then we need our May, the Love of the Season. So let's grab our May, the Love of the Season. Oh, you know what? I got that not from this one. Now you could put one of these greetings in here, but since we did Season's Greetings on the front, you could put to the coolest friend ever, be cool, be chill, be merry. But I got that from the Whimsical Trees, which most of you took this class, so this is where I got this one. But any sentiment that you have that would be appropriate, you can use that one. So here, where's my paper? Here's my paper. Where's my plastic? I had my plastic right here. Where did it go? Here it is. All right, so I'm going to stamp this. That's a light color, so I'm going to use this. I don't have to use a lot because it's a dark color. Now, I'm going to turn this around and line this up. It's so hard to tell. Okay, let's hope that's straight. Clean that off because I don't want that blue. I want it green. So clean off the blue, and now I'm going to do it in the green. And that looks much better. May the love of the season warm your home and fill your heart. But you can use any sentiment that you have. I just wanted to do something a little different for the Christmas season. And that came from Whimsical Trees, which most of you have, I think, that took that class. If you don't have it, get it before it retires. Awesome. That looks so much better. I think we're done with our stamping, guys. So let's wipe off our plastic. Now we get to do some cutting. What we all love, right? We all love that cutting. Not. So get your little snips out. We need to cut our penguins out, and I'm not going to leave any. I think it's easier if you don't leave any of the white around it. You can, I didn't. And I found that if you move, if you move your, instead of moving your scissors, you move the paper or the cardstock. It's easier. Cute little penguins. So I'm cutting right on that edge, or even a little bit inside, so that I don't have a white, any of the white showing. All right, so there is the little tail. There's one. All right, let's do this guy. This is really not that difficult. I wouldn't want to ask you to do something that was hard or stressful. Just take your time, follow the line, move the cardstock. Two little penguins. Now they need something to keep them warm. Whoops. So we're going to cut their scarf and hats. Now the scarf, I didn't leave any of the white. I just cut like right up to it. And I try to make all of these straight cuts so that I don't have to worry about messing up. But you can see I'm not hurrying. Haste makes waste. So we're not hasting. We're taking our time. If you're doing this for fast speed, you're really missing out. You're supposed to enjoy. Take time to smell the roses. Okay, so here we go. I am going to leave a little bit of white on her hat, or his. I'm guessing it's a her, but it could be a he, I guess. Just cut away any excess that's getting in the way. That makes it hard for you to do your cutting. Just chop it right out of the way. All right, there's our hat and scarf for one of our penguins. Now we'll do the blue. This one is going to be right up to the color. Again, straight edges as much as possible. It's kind of hard. It's kind of tiny, but you can do it. Almost there, guys. Hang in there. Okay. And what else do we have? We have a hat. A little knit hat. And again, I'm leaving just a little bit of the white. Okay, now we're going to cut our this snowbank. Now again, the thick line is down here at the bottom, and we're going to cut above the snowbank here. It doesn't extend all the way to the end, but that's okay. It'll still look right when you get it on your card. Okay, so that's our bottom one. Now if we turn this one around and put it behind there, that gives us our top one. So see, we just turn this around, but look, it has no green on it, so we have to put some green on it. So in your envelope is a little sponge applicator. You're going to get your soft sea foam out, and we'll use this for the next project. So only get the green on one side, because we're going to use the other side in the next project, and we'll be putting some fresh freesia on it. So you're just going to take this and do kind of like we do the distressing. Just do the edge like that. Now this part's probably not even going to show, but you could still do it. All right, there's your green. Awesome. So put that away for the next project. So we are ready to put our card together. So let's go ahead and put the inside. We're going to bring in our card, of course, and put this on the inside with some Stampin' Seal. That's my mess up, so don't worry about that. And this is 1/8 of an inch all around. And remember, I don't have any of the DSP. Yours will be DSP. It is, and this was 3 3/4 by 5, in case you were wondering. I might not have told you. 3 3/4 by 5 for the white. This is 3/4 by 3 3/4. 3/4 by 3 3/4. Yours will be DSP. Mine is just cardstock, but it'll still look nice. Okay, and on the front we will put first this here, even with the DSP. Make sure it might stick over a little bit. I'm not sure. If it sticks over too much, you can cut it. All right, so I'm just gonna put some dots of glue. Dots of glue. And put that in place. And then this one's going to go right on top of it to make our snowbanks. Even them up so that they match. That's why we use the glue. It lets us move it. All right, on there's adorable little snow banks. All right, so now we're going to put our penguins need their clothes. So I'm going to put these on with glue dots because that's the easiest way to do it. I'm going to put a glue dot right here in the thickest part of that scarf, and then I'm going to put it on our penguin, and I'm just going to trim that a little bit because I want it to be kind of, I want it to look like it's on the penguin. All right, and then same thing for the hat. Glue dot in the back there. A little hat. So cute. That's a little bit there. I want it. Maybe I should put the penguin on first. So this penguin is going to be going down this here. I'll put that penguin on with some glue dots. So this penguin's going to be here. I'm going to tuck it just a little bit underneath so it looks like it's in the snow. Then it'll be easier for me to put its little hat on and make it look like it's on the bird or the penguin. I can see I used too much ink on there, and you can see I lost the little white lines. So, okay, so it'll be a solid scarf and hat. Now we're going to put We'll go ahead and put our little penguin in here. Let's slide him underneath there. A couple of glue dots. Slide this one underneath here. Glue dot for this scarf. It's sticking out a little bit. Let's snip it off. There. Hat, glue dot. Cute, cute, cute. Actually, probably should go a little bit further over. Looks like it's sitting on the top of its head. Come on. Careful not to rip my paper. There, that looks better. Now, I have my circles of my soft sea foam. Put this on with some glue. Make it in the center. Oops, I'm putting it on the back. I want it on the front. That's the prettier side. Okay. Awesome. Now I'm going to put that on with some glue dots. Not glue dots, mini dimensionals. And here we are. Find them. Remove those backs. And it's going to go over the ribbon. And maybe a little bit more over here. Yeah, that looks good. Season's greetings. And then all we have left to do is inside you're going to find, what are you going to find? 2 small, 1 medium, and I think it just went flying. Where did it go? There should be another one in here that just went flying. 2 small, 1 medium. Rhinestone. The medium goes up here on the season's greetings. You can put it here. I think I like it better right here. Do I like it better there? Yeah, I do. Let me move this one. Okay, and then these are going to go on the little hats, kind of as an ornament right there. And I have to go grab one because obviously I lost that one. It's not in here. It just went flying. But rhinestone basic jewels are something that we all have on hand, I think. So no worries. Hopefully you don't lose yours. Okay, so here's some. And this one's going to go right here. All right, let me clean up my mess here. All right, so we have our card. I hope you enjoyed making yours. We'll be back for project number 4 in my next video. Thanks for watching, guys. All right, love you guys. Bye.